Queen F2.
Oh my God, Queen
Bro,
F2.
that's that 2700 stuff. That's
Dude,
ridiculous.
Queen
That's
F2 because here comes 93.
I know 93. 91.
Oh, 91, even better.
I'm out. I'm out. Dude.
Oh my God, he threatens mate on two ways.
I mean,
back rank at G2.
Yo, do we got fair play on Hikaru? Let's get the fair play team.
Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Am I good or what, you guys? Am I just like the greatest? Why are openings so important? They're actually, I'll tell you guys straight up, openings are absolutely not important whatsoever up until a certain level. Now I get Jeffrey in round 4. I'm probably going to stick to the same routines again. At this point, you just want to keep it simple, not take too many risks. Okay, second cam is up. There we go. And away we go. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last game. Let's play c4 because Jeffrey also likes to play bishop f5 all the time. Okay, he's gonna do this one. Yeah, this is a little bit different here. I have to be a little bit more careful how I play against this order. There's obviously some d4s. Now I think this is supposed to be just a draw with perfect play, as I recall. Now one thing is, someone's asking a question right as the game is starting. They were saying, you know, why are openings so important? Openings don't matter at all up until probably a grandmaster level. They just don't matter at all. If I'm being truthfully honest. Now, do I want to play a3 or do I want to play bishop b5? I think I'm just going to play a3 knight c3. I don't know if this is best, but okay, he goes bishop d6, which is kind of intriguing really, I should say, because he played a5, which should not be right because he's giving me a permanent home on b5 somehow. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, let's go here, target the knight. I don't really know if this is the right move, but he played a5, which just feels wrong. I guess I'll go here. He's gonna castle, and then I'm gonna castle. Because now when he goes 95, I always trade. 94, I always trade as well. Should be okay. But again, we'll see. I just feel like the pawn on a5 is misplaced somehow. Just seems very slightly wrong. But we'll see. Good trade. Shoot. Yeah, I realized he had this move as soon as I started looking away. I was thinking, I realized he has this bishop h2 nonsense. That is rather unfortunate. That being said, how bad really is this? Is this really all that bad? I can go king h1, knight d7. No, what king h1 knight d7 takes is just nonsense. That was a little bit careless of me. Now I can play something like g3 as well. But really careless. Yeah, I think at this point I probably have to try to just make a draw. Not what I wanted to do, but is that a draw? Rook c7.
Sally Bugs just subscribed.
c7, okay, b8, 95. c8, rook f7, rook e8, rook there. I think it's okay. Yeah, just go here. I'm gonna take, I go knight f3 and trade, and I think I should be able to draw. So I also have rook c7, rook b7 as well. Not super enthused by this, but it is what it is. I should be able to draw this without too much difficulty. I think at least. I could be wrong on that, but that's my assumption. I mean, I'm down 2 pawns though. He takes, I go knight f3, takes, knight b6, rook c7, or rook c5. Feels like it should be good enough. Although the more I look at this, the more maybe unconvinced I become about my play in this endgame. Takes, knight f3. Using a lot of time here. Not gonna be able to win this game because castle was just a big mistake by me. Maybe I should have played a4 there. Huh. So he's thinking for a while here. I mean, he either has to take or go queen b2, I think. I don't really know why he's thinking. I mean, maybe he's just spending all his time calculating this queen d4 line to see what he can come up with and then go from there. But I think it should be a draw. Yeah, I go here, we trade. The one good thing here is that in this endgame, because the pawn is on a5, it actually should give me good drawing chances. If the pawn was on a7, this would probably be a lot worse. See what he does. Probably he just trades. Goes queen b2. Very interesting choice. What am I up here? Or what am I down? Rather, I'm down 1 2 3 4 5 6. Oh, I'm down 2 pawns actually. Wait, I'm down more than I thought I was. Although I think I just said I'm down 2 pawns. Okay, so let's take. I think I will go here and then rook c7. And this should be fine. Yes, a take, and then I go here, hit the pawn. And at b6, I think I have rook c6 here as well. Or rook b7 maybe. Actually, b6 takes knight d5, allows queen c5, so that also probably is good enough. Goes a4, yeah. So this is actually, I wouldn't say it's quite a draw offer, but it's pretty close to a draw offer. I guess I just take. I don't know. Trade takes. Very hard to lose this, especially with knight e5 here. Now let's just go here, target the pawn. If he goes rook e4, I just go knight d7. He goes rook d4, I have rook b1. Okay, rook e8. Oh, does that not hang a pawn somehow? Wait a second. Knight f7, rook d4, rook e1. Wait a second. I might have gotten a touch careless. Still should be a draw, but wait, knight f7, rook d4, rook c1. Wait a second. Okay, knight takes f7, rook d4, f4, rook e2. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but I almost don't want to allow it. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go here. Rook e8's a very tricky move. I suspect I could have taken the pawn, but I honestly am not sure, so it's not worth it. And I guess I can go f3. If knight e5, I just take and go rook b2. Like, that has to be a draw. Knight e3, rook e1.
Just resubbed for 3 months.
Yeah, this should just be a draw. I mean, he can start pushing the pawns, and he will, but with 6 minutes on the clock, I really should never lose this endgame. Yeah, he goes there, I take, I go here, cover the pawn. Go here, I guess. Doesn't really matter where I go. Here, let's just go here, I guess. I mean, everything kind of draws.
4K just subscribed.
Let's go here. Just wait. Right, he goes king e5. Again, another reasonable move. So just go here. Yeah, he goes there. So now he's gonna try to play, I guess, f5 or something. I go. Okay, I can play rook b4, which is good enough. I mean, rook b8 should be a draw, but I just want to make sure on this. Rook b8, g4, check. King h7, rook g5 is a draw. King f7, rook g5, g3, king h3. Yeah, that's all a draw. Go here. There, I mean, everything, like I said, is literally just a draw here. g4, I just take and go rook h5. Go here. So he's trying to go here. I just go back. Doesn't even matter still. Oh, I actually gave him something I shouldn't have given him, though. To be fair, I did give him something I shouldn't have. Let's go here. Go here. Yeah, I mean, he can go back to f4, and he should actually. Okay, I'll come back. He's still trying to go for wait, but now if I check and go rook c5, g4, that's still a draw, but I think the safest way, okay, rook b2, h3, check.
Venomous 1983 just
Yeah, this is
subscribed.
still fine. If he plays h3, I can just go check. And king e3 is no good, so I guess let's go h5, g3, king h3, king f2 though. Still, let's go here. Now I go. Oh, I actually wait. Did I misplay this slightly? Wait a second. Did I actually kind of make a mistake here? Takes.
Yay! Dackerson just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket. Thanks.
No, it's still a draw, but he has to go g4. He takes. Now the question is, what is the specific draw? I mean, rook a2 is probably a draw. Rook a3, king f2 check, king f1, rook a4 should be a draw. Rook d3, rook a4, of course. Now I check. Yeah. Go here. Again, he's trying to basically get this into a situation where I get too low on time and I make a mistake. This, however, gives me rook h8. Oh, rook h8, king f2 or something. He's still trying to come up with tricks. He still has king f2, but then I go check again. But he's gonna have to play g3 at some point. And it's still just a draw. I go check. Yeah. All right, we got the draw. Not a game that I'm very happy with, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess it's a good thing I came back to my computer, because initially I thought I'd have like a 10-15 minute break, And now with no break, I mean, we play right away. But this is, yeah, this is quite unfortunate. I feel like at least it's only a minute that he loses. Okay, I guess I'll play a Nimzo. Now there are many lines I can play. I can play Castle. I'm gonna play the early B6. This is not the line that I normally play. I want to do something a little bit more off the beaten path in this game. Okay, he goes Bishop D2 logical, so I can take and play Knight E4. Again, not very special for either side here. Definitely not very special. He plays Rook C1. He still doesn't actually play A3, which I'm kind of surprised by. Very surprised by, actually. I guess I'll just go here. Knight D7. That's all pretty dry. I'll take play Knight E4. The la-di-da-di-da. I mean, maybe his Bishop B4 at some point, but... Oh, he actually has Bishop E1 now, which I should have done this in the other order. Oh, F5. I mean, it's pretty standard so far. He goes Knight D2, which is just a very rock-solid move. Like, very rock-solid. So, of course, I trade... I guess I'll play F5 anyway, kind of, just to take space. Maybe Queen G5, because Queen G5, Bishop E4 was an easy way for my opponent to draw, and I feel like a draw is okay, but I think I'm fine out of this opening, and I kind of just want to play the game of chess. It goes E4, which is kind of surprising to me, just a little bit. I didn't think it was a very... It's not the move I was expecting, let me put it that way. Now the question is, do I go Queen F6 here? I can play F4... I can also play E5. A lot of options, actually. Very interesting spot. If I play E5, I think the tournament situation is in my mind as I think about this decision. 5 D5 Knight C5, I mean, it's completely reasonable. E5 D5 F4 is also... I'm just gonna play E5.
You have to be careful, because anytime you advance the F pawn, you open up the idea that when the E4 break inevitably happens, opening up the squares means opening up access to the black king. So Hikaru has to be a little careful with that. And E4 happened right away. But okay, he's so used to these positions, right? The King's Indian pawn chain. This is a type of position that Hikaru made a name for himself as a young rising star, and continues to just love super sharp positions where he's all in on an attack on one side of the board, and dealing with his opponent's space advantage on the queen side. So Hikaru now in a position that he's comfy, an interesting structural transition from a Nimzo.
I like it, absolutely. With Queen E7, G5, and like you said, of course, even Rook F7, and trying to get G4 in, but I like this move. Stopping any kind of G4 action. Like, how are you going to get G4, H5 in? It's really hard to do
this
that,
Bishop E2 move, you mean? Yeah,
that Bishop E2 and the Rook lift, and then even the Bishop coming to G4 and E6 is alarming. Maybe you lock it up, play B5.
Agreed. I also like Hikaru's response with C5 though too, because it's a move that positionally, is a blunder, right? You allow en passant and you're creating this isolated backward pawn. But from a practical perspective, Canty, especially after seeing Bishop E2 and knowing that White was not going to allow a traditional pawn storm, opening up the board, right, creating chances on both sides, I think is where Hikaru is going to thrive rather than some sort of positional squeeze. So we saw what happened after C5, right? Eval Bar says, Mikey don't like it. Engine says, no, I'm better now. And you're not wrong. But, it's hard. It's hard to really have the time and the positional technical skills to grind against weaknesses when your pieces aren't ideally placed to do it, right? Especially in rapid. So, again, those are the little things that end up paying off in terms of Hikaru's approach to these types of fast time controls.
Yeah, because this is, definitely fast time control always will favor Hikaru here when you got that extra time. Of course, it can go either way a lot of times, but definitely the sharp tactics we're going to see here with Hikaru, especially as he opened up with C5. I still see the G5, G4 looking good. And he's good at grinding these positions, as we know, too, as well. So I think it's a lot of play for Black. But White got this play, too, on C5, Knight C4. I think it's double-edged.
Totally double-edged. White has the space, a position. If you just take the minors off the board, White is the one with pressure potentially against these pawns. Or even if you just put all the pieces on their ideal squares, right? If this queen could slide to F2, if you could actually get the pieces coordinated for White.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do that. Hikaru's going to try to keep the position off balance.
98. That's always usually a rough move to make. Engine on the knight b1, like.
This is a really hard position to play. It's also one where every time the engine rethinks on the position, everybody, you're going to see a small slide up for white, barring a blunder for white. And that's because the engines in the algorithm are given criteria with which they then weigh the position, right? And white has more space, which is something that engine says good. Oh, space equals this amount in the math, right? Whereas like double pawns are bad or bishop pair. So I don't really give it a lot, of immediate credit just because the engine's going to keep liking white. 98 was both an offensive move and an aggressive move because this knight has plans to eventually maybe arrive on a square like this. So
it might even be considered like a b5, d5, but just to break that up. But that makes e5 super weak. So maybe he's going 96, 94 too. Another idea he could be going for, but there might be an exchange sacrifice on d4. Maybe he wants that.
Yeah. Oh no! If he puts the knight on d4, you've got to take that thing.
You have to take.
Ask questions later. That is
right.
That is enough to make every Armenian chess schoolboy get excited, right? Shout out to you, Tigran Petrosian, and the exchange sacrifices.
Sack first, think later.
Yeah, sack first, think later. So.
Very nice.
Yeah, someone is 4 of 4 because there's been 4 rounds and they've won every game. So there you go.
How is somebody 4 out of 4?
I know, it's funny. Sorry, I'm not trying to call you out. That was a funny question. Like
how?
4 of 4 because they've won every game. And we're 4 rounds in.
Oh,
and
hey, that's great.
Speaking of which, if you had that game, as we said, Gupta is taking on Jeffrey Zhang, and Jeffrey is
cooking up
like his
special.
Position.
Yep, Chef Jeff over here is like, and here we have the gourmet special. Whoa, knight f4. Oh, Gupta, like, what's up, dog? Yeah. I know. Yeah.
I like
real
it.
Quick, bro. Let me talk to you real quick, Chef.
You know what's funny is I think the best move is like Queen G4 or Queen C2.
I looked at that. I like Queen G4, but I was like, I mean, I guess it depends. Queen C2, I don't like being on that rook file.
Yeah, my main point is that
challenge.
If I had to guess, I don't think taking is the way for white to get an edge. You certainly can't take G7 because E2 is hanging with check.
Right.
So defending the knight makes sense. And then this knight, this whole thing was just like what a fancy way to to find a new home. Maybe that's it. Actually, maybe Queen G4, Knight G6 is actually the line we see.
Interesting. Maybe that is it. But now I like my placement of the queen on G4. I'm not mad. He plays Queen C2. He didn't like G4.
Yeah. That's why the reason I was thinking that along with Queen G4 is because even though the rook is here, I was more worried about tactics on the pin because it could have been spicy. So this makes sense. The knight will have to find safety, and then you're going to play rook 81, I think, and this isolated pawn remains a target as long as you can control this d4 square.
Big fan of it. Yeah, rook d1. This is great. I guess
this,
I was concerned of d4 myself. What were we looking at?
I would say knight moves. You've got rook d1. And now you're always looking at ideas on d5 too.
Rook d5, right.
The knight guards it, so not quite right away, but it's
right. But it's there. Yeah, that's.
You know what's funny too about the position?
What you got?
A7 is hanging.
A7 is hanging. Are you gonna take that?
I mean, you're gonna move your knight.
That is hanging, though. It's a pawn, bro. I'm gonna take that pawn. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna take that pawn.
I like it.
It's free, bro. Yeah.
Gun Club.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Zhang is like, welcome to the RCC, Mr. Gupta. You start out 4 of 4, but there's always a super GM waiting to slow down your run.
Always.
And I mean, I got no reason why I can't take this pawn.
I have no reason. I'm going to take the pawn. Thanks for the gumdrop. I appreciate you.
There you go.
Nice little gumdrop.
Okay.
He takes first. Bishop d4 check. Didn't take the pawn.
That was not right. The pawn's hanging.
Beautiful, right? That knight was just great on f5. Now I'll take a7. This is like that 2700 stuff. Like they always, okay, you know what? I don't want to give you any counterplay at all ever, and then I'm gonna take the ball. And Nishikori did the same thing, right? In that game, where he just like he was winning, and then ended up okay draw, but no chances. No chances. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Gary? Exactly, Neil. Right. Combs, right. That's right. Queen f3, queen h5, king h7. I think. Yes, yes, chat. That's right. Queen f3 from Jeffrey. Going queen f6 is the idea. That's the idea.
Rook e6. Yeah, Jeffrey definitely let this slip though, man. I mean,
And on f5, you just take
I'm
a7.
just showing like, I went back to that position.
Yeah.
Because we had the eval bar, but knowing I just had to be sure. Yeah, I mean, it's easy for every human to miss that, even if you're better, but like neither side was, and now he'll never have a chance again. Neither side was recognizing that this a7 pawn was a freebie.
Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now Gupta is back in business. He's down a minute on the clock, but in a much better spot than he could have been.
King h7 every time.
Yeah.
King h7. And then, I mean, Gupta's fine. Like, weirdly enough. Okay, if I take on h6, okay, I am tripping. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's tripping. You just
Takes,
take the rook and play f5.
But I still have to worry about things like h4 with the dark squares. But I'm disappointed in our boy Chef Jeff. Sorry. This is not a game that black should still be in. White was crushing with that knight on f5, pawns hanging, and I think
sometimes there might be some psych there too, as Gupta 4-0.
Yeah,
you know, maybe it was some psych there. I know I could take this pawn, but maybe not. Gupta's playing good, blah blah blah. When in fact he was winning. Yeah, he had it.
Yeah, he had it for sure. Well, we'll see where this one goes. Hikaru is still playing against Pankratov. I'm going to pop back over there because it's actually it's slipping for Hikaru. Wait, it was slipping for Hikaru. What?
Dang, he missed the move. Apparently something was completely winning, and now it's completely not.
Yeah, knight a4.
Yeah, that just wasn't it. All right, so if I move the queen, there's two pieces hanging. How do you get out of this? I mean, Hikaru could find everything. But I'm curious, how is he going to find this one? Maybe, wait, am I down a piece? Okay, so there are two pieces hanging, and it's equal.
Yeah.
What are we missing?
E6, C2, but
I don't, bishop C4, what is it? Queen F2.
Oh my God, Queen
Bro,
F2.
That's that 2,700 stuff. That's ridiculous.
Queen F2, because here comes 93.
I know, 93. 91.
Oh, 91, even better.
I'm out.
Oh my God, he threatens mate on two ways.
I mean,
back rank at G2.
Yo, do we got fair play on Hikaru? Let's get the fair play team. Yeah,
well, Granov has got to be pissed on that. Like, seriously.
Oh, I've got 91. No, wait, it's not 90. It's 91. 91 is the move. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Am I good or what, you guys? Am I just like the greatest other than Magnus? I win the game. I only saw 93 and it pops in my mind that I have 91. And I can just take with the queen. And this is where everyone in chat's gonna put Pago, or one of those emotes. Of course, I'll be doing it a minute later, but yeah, that's what they'll be doing. It's just checkmate. It's just a clean checkmate. You move the bishop, you get sauced on G2. You lose the bishop, it's mate. Yeah, so I take, check, and then here. And now the bishop moves out. We get a classic ice skater. We get a win. Wow, what a win! What a win! Let's go here. I'll just offer him the draw to see how much he wants to play, because the draw is going to get us both through. So that's why I just want to see where his head's at. I mean, what are the standings? I mean, we're all in pretty good shape, I guess. Let's trade. Go back. Okay, all pretty standard so far. Yeah, he plays bishop g5. Yeah, I had this against Dimitri, right? I made a blunder and I put the bishop on the wrong square, as I recall. Knight c6 is obviously a move. What did I play? I think knight bd7 is the correct move. It's what I played last time, but I think I put the bishop on the wrong square. I think I put it on like c6, and I think it's supposed to go to b7 if I remember this line correctly. I think it's b7, but my memory could be failing me too. I'm pretty sure it's b7 though. I'm pretty sure it was b7, not c6. That was the correct square. I assume Maxime won his game as well. Obviously I can't check, although I have 2 cams up. Yeah, I've got 2 cams. Good. Let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, I think before I went to c6, for some reason I was worried that the bishop was too loose on b7 or something. Let's see what he's gonna do. It was rook d1, which is logical. Now, as I recall, I think there was some, I don't think it was c5 right away, although I think it was just queen c8 and c5, or maybe it was queen a8. Was it queen a8 or not? I'm trying to remember exactly how this line goes. I'm gonna play it. I don't see any reason not to. See what he does. It's all pretty normal so far, nothing too insane. If I win this game, I'm definitely qualifying though. Like 100% I qualify if I win this game. So it's a pretty big game in a way. So he does go knight e1, which is fine, but I mean now I think I can just trade and go c5, I think. I could have just played h6 too, I guess. Okay, why is he thinking so long here?
He takes back with the knights. c5. I like that. Wow. d5 doesn't work. It's big. Wow. Knight takes d5. Wait, no, it doesn't. So if I go d, or you just take it with the pawn. Okay. Hard playing Hikaru, man. This is so hard playing him. Takes 93. That knight isn't the greatest. He does go with d5. And then 93? What are you doing? No. It doesn't work. Okay, d5 takes. Ed. Take. I don't know what you're doing. You just take it. Oh, he just takes it. Wow.
You're winning d7 at the end of the line, but still, is it really enough? I mean, I guess so. Because if these two pawns disappear for this pawn, white does have much better winning chances in that 4-on-3 ending than the one where Zhang had the 3-on-2 with the h pawn.
Yeah.
I mean, I think objectively there are a lot of positions that are even table-based wins, whether humans convert them or not. But knight in 4 versus knight in 3 with the when the extra pawn is an e pawn is really, really comparable to that saying of knight endings are closest.
Yeah.
For yeah.
Interesting here. 93 on the board. Hikaru on the thinking about what he should do in this position. The think tank. Dude, I don't know. Yeah, you gotta be careful. 94 queen takes c4.
94 queen takes c4, queen a1 check, king g2, you win b2, but
that's it.
c5 and e2 fall. We're just headed for equal endgames.
Maybe he goes for that. I mean, Hikaru can't. Not that he can't win, but his I mean, winning is not that easy by far, especially against Andreikin. So got some work to do. The time's catching up.
Dimitri is one of those few guys who can also keep up with Hikaru on the clock. I mean, he's down 30 seconds right now, but you know, I'll take 30 seconds and a plus 1.5 advantage. What you don't want is that distance to be 2 or 3 minutes, right?
Right. This is not blitz. This is rapid, but it will be blitz, and there's no increment. That's one thing we do have to remember. Not 1 second added to your clock.
So Hikaru now getting down to equality because this is a big moment, right? I mean, if you lose both these C pawns and only get the B pawn, white does get decent winning chances, but you might even take that because at this point, that might be the best you can get as an endgame where you hope to hold because white's threatening to win this pawn and keep the pressure, as our old guy Yaz would say, our old buddy. White would have the pawn and the compensation.
Yeah, exactly. I got the pawn and the compensation. You're supposed to have the compensation. Rook E8 after the think tank there.
What is he? This Hikaru's got a swindle up his sleeve. What's going on here?
Well, queen takes 95. So you have to play. Yeah, I knew he would probably do a little trick there because I can't take the pawn yet because of 95. So all right, little trickster. He always tricky. I'm the same way. I can't blame him.
Definitely not super enthused by this. I will say that.
You look at the standings. Still in decent shape, but it's not great. But I can't lose another game. That's the bottom line. Tie breaks, I have good tie breaks at least. So that's another good thing. Play C4. I think both cams are on, right? They're both on. Let's go Queen C2. Okay. Yeah, I really need to win. I need to win, like, win this game probably. If I don't win this game, I think it's going to be an uphill battle. Of course, I think if I win this game, I'm kind of guaranteed to make it in. Oh wait, these guys already drew. Never mind. These guys already drew their games. Yeah. These guys already drew, so never mind. Let's take. Takes with the queen. I mean, I have knight c3. I also have d4. Okay. I mean, knight c3 seems like the right move. If it's not, so be it, but it's a developing move. Queen f5, that doesn't look right to me. Trade. D3 I don't want to play. Bishop D3 I don't really want to play either. But whatever, let's just play it. I mean, I have to win this game. I mean, maybe I don't have to win, but it feels very much like that. And Queen H5, probably I have knight E4 maybe. Just shouldn't be so pessimistic about it actually, because there's still a lot to play for. Nothing is actually guaranteed. It's just that I need to focus and play one good game. I'm really upset about the previous game though, because there was no reason to play C4. If I play any other move except C4, I think I draw that. Okay, so he does go Queen D7. So I play knight E4. I have knight E5 also. Knight E4 takes bishop G7, knight F2. Bishop f8, knight d3, king e2, knight b4, queen c5. I mean, this is where I have to think if I'm right or if I'll just play it the other way. Knight e4 is a move that I really want to play here. Knight d3, king e2, knight b4, queen c3, f6, bishop e6. I mean, that's very sharp though. Very, very sharp. All actually quite sharp, honestly. Knight e5 is also maybe knight e5 and then knight e4. Whatever. Let's just take it safe. Wait, no, knight e5. I have knight there. Okay, never mind. Okay. I spent way too long on this move, by the way. Should have just probably played it after a minute instead of using two and a half, I think is what I used. No, I guess I only used a minute. It feels like I should use longer than that, but okay. Yeah, this is round 8. I mean, very, very important round. Maybe it's knight c6, I just realized, which could be a big problem too. Oh wait, no, knight c6 he just hangs the pawn. What am I smoking? I think he has to trade. He'll have to trade the pieces or not. He goes b6. This looks very wrong somehow. It feels wrong. It looks wrong. I mean, it should just be wrong, but knight e5, queen c7. I don't have any way to take advantage. How bizarre. How bizarre indeed. So, okay, let's just focus. I should just play quickly. So here, d4 next move. Do I play d4 or do I trade is also a question. Wait, I think I should just go d4 here. But again, this is nothing special. It's probably about equal. Another mistake by me. Another mistake. And I'm down on clock too. And I have the best tie breaks of the fives. That much is clearer. Why did I do this? I mean, this looks so good. This looks so promising. I'm just not sure what I did wrong. Using a lot of time here. So he does this. So he's gonna go knight c6, I assume, or is he gonna play f5? And I mean, with the double pawns, chucking can't really be right, I don't think. I mean, rook e8, queen 8, knight 6 takes castles, f5, rook a b1. Objectively, that should be good for me. Objectively, I think actually what he did wasn't actually very precise though. There's knight a6. Okay, that actually, there is some sense to that move though. And I guess I'll play rook d1, which is also not a good move, by the way. It's probably not a good move. I should have just castled. It goes f5. Man. Yeah, this is so stupid by me. Now I have to play something that I didn't want to play at all. Maybe I go queen d3 and queen e2. Okay, fine. I guess I do it, and I go queen e2. And if takes, I take, and then he loses material. If he takes, I take with a bishop. Basically, I'm trying to get to some endgame where I maybe am marginally better. The problem was my whole idea here was I was going to go queen b1, but the problem is he has queen b5, and then I can't castle, and then I feel like a total idiot. So that's why I have to do this. Yeah, and it's not pleasant though. It's not easy to play for me. However, I do think that I should be better. I should be better here. And I'm already up a minute now on the clock, so it's looking better. It's just not. Nothing is guaranteed. That's the problem. If he takes. Wait a second. So if I wait, what? I'm actually a little confused. What am I missing here? Is he just gonna trade and play knight d5? I mean, I can castle. Wait, so if I do, I take with the, I guess I take with the rook. Why not? And I just castle. Maybe I go h4. I mean, again, this is not very special. But I think I'm better. Maybe I'm better. Probably I'm not better. Probably I should have taken with the knight instead of the rook. But okay, goes rook c8, standard move that makes a lot of sense. I can play queen d2. What else can I play? I can play queen b5, but that doesn't look right. a3 doesn't look right either. Knight e1 doesn't look right. h4 doesn't look right. Maybe rook fd1 is right actually. Then he has rook c2, queen b5, knight a2, rook b7. Doesn't look right. Maybe I just go a4. Queen d2, knight c6, rook b7, rook d8 is just a draw. I don't want to play a4. Maybe I just go here, knight d4, just try to slow it down a little bit. But he's also got knight c6, and I've got no play here. Ah, fine. Let's just go for this. Hopefully this is okay. I'm just gonna go b4 and just play the board and pray, basically. I mean, I don't want to play knight d4, but if I don't do something here, it's gonna be a bad. I mean, I don't think I can. Let's just do it. Why not? Hopefully this is okay. Knight c4. I have rook c2. Knight a3. Knight c6. I think. At least I hope. Again, this is not trivial. Yeah, he plays knight c6, which is a nice move. Fine, I'll go back. Okay, but now I will trade and play knight d4. Now at least there's no knight c6 to force the trade of the knights. f4 I take. I'm up on clock again. I guess I will play just h3. Why not? Seems like a safe move. Because knight c4, now I have rook c1. I can still go rook d1. There's rook c3, which I don't really understand. Seems like a bad move. Maybe it's not a terrible move, but it's not the best move. But you can go back also. Go here. I mean, I have knight d6 maybe and queen d2 or something. It goes a6. Now if I go knight d6 and queen d2 and queen d4 maybe. It's a little bit scary to play, to walk right into a pin potentially. Very scary. Don't think I can do it. I think I have to do this, and I mean, yeah, now I'm gonna have to go knight c5, and probably still I can't. It's not meant to be, is what it feels like. It really just doesn't feel like it's meant to be today for some reason. I mean, I'm trying very hard to create counterplay here. I also need to remember that a draw, while it's not what I want, a draw still gives me a chance to win in round 9 to qualify. So it's not absolutely like a must win in that sense. Goes rook d8, which I'm actually very surprised to see. Very surprised, in fact, to see that move. Wait, so if I go knight c5, trade knight c4. I mean, rook c1's also rook c1 knight c4 doesn't look right. What else can I do here? Are there any other weaknesses? Like knight a5 doesn't look right. I guess I'm just gonna do it. Just play this and just try to play the clock, play the board, try to play a little bit of everything. Knight c4. Okay, I can play rook d3 maybe. Draw though, most likely. Let's go here. I'm just gonna try to play, move fast, hope for something good to happen. Although I could have also gone a4 maybe. I don't know why I didn't do that. Take. I mean, I'm trying to get something like queen d8 or something here. I'm praying for some kind of miracle. We'll go here. Maybe I have knight d7 or something. It's what I'm trying to angle for, at least. Queen d6, that's a very, very good move. Go here. Just trying to keep the game alive. That's all I'm trying to do here. Just keep the game alive. Try to keep some sort of miracle hope alive of something. It goes queen e5, which feels like some kind of mistake. It's probably not, but go here. Check there. I mean, yeah, he's got this knight d2, which I kind of forgot about a little bit. But wait a second. Do I have knight d7 here maybe? Wait a second. He blundered, actually. He made a big blunder, I think. Because queen a8, queen f8 is checkmate. And he doesn't have queen d6, and he can't stay on the diagonal. He has to go here, and then I take the juicer and I'm up a pawn. Then he has f4 anyway. But then I have like queen b8, queen e5. I'm up a pawn. Not easy though. None of this is easy.
Right as we came here, there was a blunder. Knight to d2 by Matlikov.
Oh, because it's mate. Oh, man.
Knight d7 threatens queen to c8 or queen to a8, and you can't
queen
stop.
e8, knight f6 is forking. Oh my
Well, you
goodness.
got queen f8 coming.
Yeah, and oh. How do you get these type of positions?
But wait,
it's queen knight.
What happens on queen
knight?
e7? How is it winning?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, wait,
mean,
checking
it
queen
is
c3.
winning, but
check queen c3, take the knight. c8, c3, take the knight.
Ah, wow. But hold on. Oh yeah, because at the end of the line you protect the knight.
You
Okay,
protect
yeah,
the
okay,
knight,
so
yeah.
that's the answer. So if the queen goes anywhere else, everybody, there's check and f8. If the queen can't go to d6, can't he? Which would be the only square that guards the knight and the mate. Why? Well, because
Right.
you just lose the queen. Botez gambit.
Both is.
So queen e7 is the only move that stops the mate, and then queen c8, queen c3 check, wins the knight and protects the knight. Matlikov blunders away his chances to be competing on Sunday to Hikaru Nakamura in one move.
It's
with
literally a
knight to d2.
magician. I mean, it's magic how that happens. It's like, how do you lose this position, right? Out of
Crazy.
It really is crazy. It
Well, it
really
comes down to
is.
the Karpovian school of chess, right? Always be careful whenever you put your pieces on undefended squares. Because if you think about it, most blunders can't happen if everyone's
Right.
protected,
Right.
right? So that type of move is
Right.
like the little alarm clock you want to build in your head. Don't take for granted that there might always be a chance you don't see if your opponent's pieces are on undefended, on pre-squares. So
Okay,
what a
that's a
move.
great
Hikaru
lesson.
Nakamura probably secures his chances right there.
Huge win against Billy Kimba there. We move our way back into the running, back to 6 out of 8. Really makes up for the previous mishap for sure. There we go. What are the standings? So it looks like I'm in 4th place, so I played Bortnik, I guess, if that's correct. So I think I played Bortnik in the first match. Again, I don't know if this is correct, but I assume it's correct. So we finished in 4th place. Now, actually, it's worth noting, actually, wow. Pravian gets to 6.5. I can scroll down a little bit, I guess. Pravian gets to 6.5, or wait, and he doesn't qualify. David Pravian on 6.5 out of 9 does not qualify. He finishes in 9th, so wow. Wow. Pravian misses out despite getting to 6.5. That's pretty unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So brutal. 6.5 out of 9. And Pravian doesn't even make it. That's insane. Nuts. That's absolutely nuts. I mean, there's no other way of putting it.